From the National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda. This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the program. If you have been watching the program, you would have noticed that for a while we have been talking training and empowerment. On this week's episode of the program, Nitda takes training to artisans across Nigeria. Nitda is strategic in its dealings. This is deliberate and in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's digital transformation agenda. Welcome, I am Edidong Frank and this is Nitda Impact.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
You can be a part of the program by logging onto our website www.nitda.gov.ng or all our social media handles displayed right on your screens. Let's begin with what's making headlines this week. Federal government intensifies efforts to reduce corrupt practices in governance. Nitda inaugurates the 9th batch of e-government training. Here's the news proper. As the federal government intensifies efforts to reduce corrupt practices in governance, the Code of Conduct Bureau has organized a national seminar with support from the Central Bank of Nigeria on anti-corruption. The seminar has the theme, Code of Conduct Bureau, Fighting Corruption for Socio-Economic Development in Nigeria in Abuja. Our correspondent completes the report.
As the federal government intensifies efforts to reduce corrupt practices in governance, the Code of Conduct Bureau (CCB) has organized a national seminar with support from the Central Bank of Nigeria on anti-corruption, in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's fight against corruption. The seminar has the theme Code of Conduct Bureau, Fighting Corruption for Socio-Economic Development in Nigeria. The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, was represented by the Director General of National Information Technology and Development Agency, Nitda, Kashifu Inua Abdullahi. He called for digitization of government processes to reduce the scourge in the country. Dr. Pantami believed digitizing government operations and processes will ensure nobody has the monopoly to compromise the system, since the process is automated and there is no need to meet physically to get services. The minister revealed that the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy has done a lot to curb sharp practices which are stunning the growth and development of the country. Dr. Pantami assured the organizers that the ministry is in full support of the activities of Code of Conduct Bureau aimed at tackling and eliminating corrupt practices across the country.
Nitda has called on all government officials to be part of the ongoing digitalization exercise by the e-Government Training Center. This training is for governments at all levels. Our correspondent has details.
The Director E-Government Center, Professor Suleiman Mohammed, said his department will stop at nothing to ensure that all government officials at all levels are trained in ICT. This, he says, is in line with the decision of the federal government and President Muhammadu Buhari's agenda on digitization. Professor Suleiman made this assertion while inaugurating the Batch 9 beneficiaries of the e-government training. He said the world has gone digital and soon all government offices will be digitized to enable them compete globally. Professor Suleiman explained that the Nitda vision is to create a world-class open digitized government that can connect and compete with people globally. He challenged participants to participate in all sessions of the training for adequate information.
The e-Government Training Center under the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy was established purposely to promote e-government services in the country. And it is understood that public servants are the key drivers of these technologies in the public service sector. So what we engage ourselves in is to train the public servants at all levels of government, batch by batch. And at the center, we have a number of programs. One is the one that targets head of parastatals, permanent secretaries, and members of National Assembly. We call that program Executive 1.
The classes kick-started with an introduction of participants to the importance of ICT and where it has reached globally.
e-government services, learning how to do all these technological things will take us to places that you cannot imagine. I'm sure most of you hate putting your phone down, because maybe if you put it down, your children will take it, and they can do more with your phone than you can. Maybe the only thing you do is WhatsApp, phone calls, text messages. Give it to your children. They will do all sorts. And that's where the world is going. So we have to drive digital literacy and technology awareness to reduce the overall cost of governance. I always talk about this. The amount of money that we spend in MBAs on paper. It is astronomical. Even the money we spend on ink, it is astronomical. You can save that money and buy computers. I'm sure most of us don't even have computers that are dedicated to us in our MBAs. Instead of buying paper, we're buying computers.
Our special report this week is on Nitda's strategic intervention in building digital capacity for artisans in Nigeria.
The global artisan economy is worth $34 billion per year. For most of the world's developing economies, agriculture is the largest single employer, followed by the artisan sector. Even the global economic crunch of 2008 did not have any effect on the demand for artisan products. The aggregate sum of artisanal earnings makes it the fourth largest economy in the world if it were a single country. Despite the impressive economic impact of the artisan sector and its job creation potentials, a number of issues bedevil the sector. Chief among them is that artisan entrepreneurs are unable to tap into established supply chains, creating a disconnect between producers and customers who may be oceans apart. More than half of the jobs available in Nigeria are said to be for artisans. Artisans are very important, but a lot of people prefer to get a white-collar education, wrongly perceiving artisanship as a trade for the poor and financially downtrodden. This, of course, is an erroneous conclusion, as millions of people in the developing world participate in the artisan economy, and 65% of the handicrafts around the world come from developing countries. Artisan businesses help expand opportunity by diversifying and stimulating local economic activity and creating new jobs that can help families and communities thrive. But there is a new form of artisanship, the 21st century artisan. This type of artisan could be a web designer or an author, or a manufacturer of small but exclusive line of luxury items, or a consultant in a niche specialty, or an entrepreneurial-minded attorney who starts selling information products, or an online retailer, or a software developer, or a phone repairer, or so much more. We can call these categories of artisans the artisans of the new economy. Knowing the value of the artisan economy and the indispensable contribution of the artisan sector to job creation, wealth creation, and the sustenance of cultural diversity, the National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda, has made it a commitment to develop the digital skills of artisans across 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. The program is for artisan youths and the underserved. Speaking further on the artisan training is Simon Christiana from the ITIS department, Nitda.
The program is for artisans, youth, and underserved. Nitda, the agency has built capacity in different aspects. The agency has trained the youth, has trained the younger ones, has trained also women. So this time around, the agency deemed fit to take it to the grassroots. Try to reach out to those people, those youth that are underserved. So this program is basically targeted on those youths that have no digital skills, just to build their skills from the scratch and also to provide them with the necessary tools that will help them start their own business. The artisans were trained on digital literacy and phone repair, and they were able to learn IT from the scratch. We took them to a Microsoft package, learn how to even create a document, edit a document, and also for the phone repair aspect, they learned how to repair phone from the scratch, how to disassemble phone and how to assemble phone, how to replace parts, phone parts, and also how to manage their own business. We took them through entrepreneurship, also how to start little and also how to manage their business. And that didn't end there. The agency gave them stipend. Stipend was given to them, a reasonable amount, and also they were given phone repair toolkits, complete toolkits with all the equipment in there, and also they were given tablet PC for their business. They were able to use that to start their own business to a certain level, and also they can use that same knowledge, the skills, and also impact on their loved ones, train them. It's kind of train the trainer program. One good thing about Nitda is each time the agency wants to build capacity, it cuts across the 6 geopolitical zone. And this year, we had training in 6 locations. One is in Suleja, Niger State. The other one is in Okene in Kogi State. The other one is in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. One is in Owe, Imo State. Another one is in Zamfara. Then one is in Warri, Delta State. So we had 3 locations for this same training, and it all ran concurrently. And the testimony of the whole training, the participants were happy. And as I speak to you at this moment, it will interest you to know that so many participants have picked up that knowledge. They have established their own business and they are doing well. They are making money for themselves. So it has actually removed the youth from poverty to now to start making their own money. So the level of dependence on the government for employment and other things has really reduced to a minimal level with this training. And also it did not end there. Nitda is also partnering with Nigerian Local Content Development and Monitoring Board. They have seen how successful Nitda's Artisans program has been, and they are partnering with Nitda to help them manage their own project. Same project. The agency has successfully supervised the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board program for Yobe State, 4 locations in Yobe State, more than 1,000 participants. We supervised the program in Nguru Zone, in Damaturu Zone, in Gashua Zone. Then also, same program again, the agency helped the local content to monitor the project. We supervised that of Cross River State, and presently we are helping them supervise the Bauchi training. Is ongoing at the moment. So the program has really been very successful, and I'll really give credit to this administration. They are really doing a whole lot in trying to reach out to all the timid youths to try to build their digital skills and also to give them the necessary tools to start up their business. So the program so far is a success. There is so many testimony regarding that training.
As part of Nitda's drive for digital inclusion of all Nigerians, the agency has built capacity of women, youths, and people living with disabilities. In this capacity building drive, the agency also reached out to practitioners and artisans in the grassroots, building their digital capacity and giving them the right empowerment to be self-employed, financially stable, and self-reliant. The program is targeted at youths that have no digital skills, just to build their skills from the scratch and give them the necessary tools they need to start their own businesses. The artisans were trained on digital literacy and phone repairs. Most of the beneficiaries were people who had never seen a computer before, or those who could not operate a computer independently. Furthermore, they were taught how to repair a phone from ground zero. The artisans were also put through entrepreneurship training. They were taught how to manage their own businesses. The agency gave them small grants for business capital, and they were also given a full phone repair toolkit. The toolkit was complete with all the required equipment and a tablet device for their businesses. The last component of the training was the multiplier effect of the training, as it was designed as a train the trainer initiative where one trainee would go ahead to train 3 others and help them emerge as entrepreneurs themselves. The transfer of knowledge and skills to another set of people by the baseline beneficiaries is the highlight of the capacity building initiative. The 2020 edition of the training took place in 6 centers across the geopolitical zones, and it ran concurrently. This year's edition took place in Suleja, Okene, Ogbomosho, Owerri, Zamfara, and Warri centers. The participants gave exciting testimonials at the end of the training.
This training has already helped me a lot, because before I know a little more about computer, but now it has already added more knowledge.
Before joining the program, I had nothing knowledge about the phone repair, because we call it capacity development program to promote the digital economy, especially the artisan. I had no knowledge about the phone repair, but now joining it now, I discovered that I've already woke up my mind that this is going to add another value to my knowledge at the end of the program.
I learned more about computers and phone repair. So some bugging questions regarding phone repair have been further understood.
Nitda's goal of self-reliance as against total dependency on the government is gradually coming to fruition, and artisans represent an acid test to ascertain the impacts of such interventionist schemes. The success of the workshop has resulted in partnership between Nitda and Nigerian Local Content Development and Monitoring Board, NLC-DMB. NLC-DMB has seen the success of Nitda's artisan program and wants Nitda to help in the management of its own program as well. Over 1,000 beneficiaries were trained under the partnership in 4 zones in Yobe State. The training of artisans is linked with the development of a new sector that will change the life of Nigeria's teeming unemployed youth population. It is favorably tipping the balance between the educated and uneducated population and offering the less privileged demography the opportunity to become self-reliant and financially inclusive. Artisanal talents present Nigeria a digital alternative for which the energies of young Nigerians can be directed towards something positive and meaningful. Through impartation of digital skills in artisans and engineering a viable entrepreneurial mindset in them, a very vital and excluded demography is gaining the attention it very much needs to be both financially and socially inclusive. The Nitda Initiative for Development of Artisans is laying the foundation of a multi-million-dollar industry.
From industries to agriculture, automobiles to governance, tech innovation powering creativity and education. Technology connects them all on Nitda Impact.
I am Kashifi Noor Abdullahi, the Director General and CEO of National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda. I invite you to join us weekly on NTA 8:30 p.m. every Thursday to watch what Nitda is doing to impact your life.
Nitda Impact, powering the Nigeria digital economy.
On our Startup Lounge is convener of Startup Sokoto. This week, let's hook up with Abubakar Shatima.
My name is Abubakar Umar Shatima. I'm the founder of Startup Sokoto, the CEO of Ariu Popcorn. I'm the managing director of Texas Textiles. I'm the CEO and the managing director of Hazam Nigeria Limited. I'm the general manager of Flamingo Hungary Restaurant. I'm a member of Institute of Manpower Development and Management, Abuja. I'm a member of British Project Professional Society, United Kingdom. I'm an entrepreneurship and ICT stakeholder of National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda. I worked with Nitda on 31st of March 2017 during Startup Friday Kaduna. That was the first time I met Dr. Amina Sambo, I met Malang Isa Ali Pantami, the then Director General of Nitda. I met a lot of people like Bankwale, Oloron Tuba, Mr. Jega, people from Nitda, and people startups, and people from different parts of the country. I think that was the first time I understand there is an ecosystem in Nigeria. There is a technology and entrepreneurship ecosystem. And then I worked with them during startup clinic in Kaduna in 2017, March 2017. We met a lot of mentors. We were mentored by lawyers. They taught us about how startups will engage lawyers, how startups will engage with its customers legally. We were taught about finance, fiscal, and online marketing, and all of that. We worked with Nitda on April 2020 during Startup Friday Kano. Actually, I was invited as a panelist to talk about ICT and entrepreneurship ecosystem in the Northwest. We worked with Nitda for the validation of National Digital Innovation, Digital Entrepreneurship and Innovation Policy on 24th and 25th November 2020 in Abuja. Nitda as a government organization happens to be like a best friend to every startup because Nitda has startup growth and the push for national productivity. With the intervention of Nitda, so many things come to stay, so the developmental program and the sport programs to help the sustainability of the startup. I feel like every startup needs to connect with Nitda for so many reasons. So there's access to funding, mentorship, socio-economic growth, and brand development. Every startup should be connected to Nitda for different kind of opportunities that will be directly beneficial to the startup.
For our tech tip of the week, let's see 9 cyber-associated security areas and how to protect each of them. Number 1 is user education and awareness. Produce user security policies covering acceptable and secure use of the organization's systems. Establish a staff training program. Maintain user awareness of the cyber risk. Number 2, home and mobile working. Develop a mobile working policy and train staff to adhere to it. Apply the secure baseline build to all devices. Protect data both in transit and at rest. Thirdly, secure configuration. Apply security patches and ensure that the secure configuration of all ICT systems is maintained. Create a system inventory and define a baseline build for all ICT devices. Number 4, removable media controls. Produce a policy to control all access to removable media. Limit media types and use. Scan all media for malware before importing onto the corporate system. Number 5, managing user privileges. Establish account management processes and limit the number of privileged accounts. Limit user privileges and monitor user activity. Control access to activity and audit logs. Number 6, incident management. Establish an incident response and disaster recovery capability. Produce and test incident management plans. Provide specialist training to the incident management team. Report criminal incidents to law enforcement. Number 7 is monitoring. Establish a monitoring strategy and produce supporting policies. Continuously monitor all ICT systems and networks. Analyze logs for unusual activity that could indicate an attack. For number 8, malware protection. Produce relevant policy and establish anti-malware defenses that are applicable and relevant to all business areas. Scan for malware across the organization. And finally, number 9 is network security. Protect your networks against external and internal attack. Manage your network perimeter. Filter out unauthorized access and malicious content. Monitor and test security controls. The artisan sector has an indispensable contribution of job employment, wealth creation, which is valuable to any economy, and Nigeria is not left out. Nitda's initiative for development of artisans has continued to lay foundation for a multi-million-dollar industry. You can be part of all these and much more by logging onto our website www.nitda.gov.ng or all our social media handles displayed on your screen. Many thanks to Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Ali Pintami, and the Director General of Nitda, Malam Kashifu Inu Abdullahi, plus the entire management and staff of Nitda for putting up this program. I am Edidiong Frank. Remember, digital is the future. Have a great evening.